No copyright. Who are you? Hello, welcome to the Cloth Diaper Review. My name is Carmen. Welcome back. If you are a returning viewer, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you are a brand new one, this week we're going to be taking a look at a couple items from the brand Suga. Today we'll be talking about the it's called Suga, is the name of the fit of the diaper. Suga has a couple different fits, and we'll talk about that in a second. But and then that's something that I purchased. That was all me. But then later on this week, I will be having an insert review of the new waffle inserts. You know, kind of like a traditional style insert, but there's kind of some cool stuff with it. So, and that was something that was gifted to me from the company to hear what I had to say about it. So let's get into the review. Of course, we have a book of the week though. So the book of the week is I'm as Quick as a Cricket, which is kind of fun to say. And this is a book by Audrey Wood, and it's illustrated by Don Wood. And I just like this book because it's fun to like say, to read the book aloud. I'm as weak as a kitten, I'm as strong as an ox. I'm as tough as a rhino, I'm as gentle as a lamb. I just enjoy this book. So that's my book of the week. It is called I'm as Quick as a Cricket by Audrey Wood. All right. We are going to be talking about the brand Suga, and the diaper is called the Suga Fit. It's often, it's usually like Suga Custom Fit. And then, so on the website, I saw one place that said 9 to 65 pounds, and then another part of the website that said 10 to 60 pounds. So give or take a few pounds. That's the weight limit per the manufacturer and the company on these diapers. And it's kind of interesting because these are the same diaper, but there's a couple different things. So this is the print camo, and this was RWB boots. Both are super cute. This diaper without the wide back elastic and the tummy elastic, these are the same length, width, all of that stuff. So I just wanted to disclaim that you know, if you see it in a BTS or something like that, or if there's still a couple on the website that don't have the new elastics on them, that's what you would be looking at. This is the same size, shape, length, all of that, but this is just the updated version of that. So getting that out of the way. So this is the diaper that we're looking at today. There's our tag, and we'll open it up. This diaper has, it's hard to see on this because they're black snaps, but it's a 3x5 rise. You do have a center snap indicator. There is tummy elastic on here. I like that. It's not like obnoxiously stretchy, but it is enough. Like I really like tummy elastic. I'm just gonna throw out a disclosure. I love a tummy elastic. I have a kind of a little skinny baby here, and he's a little bit short-waisted. So I'm always like taking the rise, moving the waist snaps, trying to get a better fit. And I just have noticed this just, it's king for me. Take a look at the leg elastics here. And here is on the wide back elastic. Standard pocket opening in here. It's a little bit narrow. It's not bad. I would say it's about, I mean, I could fit 5 fingers through here, but it is a little bit more narrow. I think that might have been the only thing that I noticed different on this diaper from the other one, was that the pocket opening is just slightly shorter. So here is this is where the new Suga ends, and this is where the old one fit. But I like it to be no more narrow than this probably. And we have the 2 front snaps and a high hip closure. Obviously, you've already seen this nice gray athletic wicking jersey. It's very soft, and the outers are also nice and soft. But this diaper has like good structure to it. It's neither too floppy or too firm. Let's flip it inside out. Oh, I should point out it does have kind kind of a stretchier tab. So there's like a seam right here, and there's a good stretch on the tab. Now we'll flip it inside out. Okay, we have it all flipped inside out here. Pretty standard tag. Wash directions, really standard things. The seams on the elastic are actually serged. There's a couple little threads here. I don't know. I don't really care about that. That's the inside of the diaper, and it's not anything structurally. It's just where they finished. So this is serged on the inside. It's not turned under. Functionality is the same. Both of them aren't going to fray then. I just want a finished edge, period. Everything's been nice and trimmed through here. Kind of nothing to really point out too crazy. The one thing that I did notice is that the waist snaps are backed in a micro suede, but these, the rise snaps, are reinforced with the polyester fabric. I don't know if maybe, I don't know. I would like to know if it was just like they had run out of these and they were using up stuff or what. But I don't, off of the top of my head, I don't think that I've ran into recent at all, maybe, that it's not the same matching fabric. Natasha, let me know. Is this just because they're using what they had? I don't know. Doesn't affect literally anything. We're just looking at the inside of the diaper. And I do like when the rise snaps are not just fully covered on the inside. I'm a little bit paranoid about mold and mildew. And it's not a little bit. It's, I'm on mold watch at all times. And I don't even live any place that's extremely humid. Like, the winter is like 22% humidity in our house. It's dry. Outside in the summer, it's like disgusting. But so anyway, that is why I like these to be open, because I want to be able to, like, you know, if you happen to see a spot on the outside that you can kind of flip up and look in there and be like, is it just a piece of lint, something like that. I recently had a diaper that I was like, what is underneath this? Like, is this a stain? Like, what is it? And I somehow like shimmied underneath it, and it was like a piece of lint. I digress. Anyway. Inside of the diaper, very nice, fully encased elastics. Not really seeing anything to make a huge comment about, but other than the buttons are backed, or the snaps are backed differently. Doesn't matter at all. Just pointing things out. I forgot to say that there's dirty closure. I realized it as I was making it as small as it goes. Yes, it does have a dirty closure snap. There you go. So here's a little bit of, let's call it Suga Bum's lore, some backstory on it. Suga Bum's used to have another fit called the Darlin fit, which I do have one of them. I do like this fit quite a bit. And we're not going to do like a full comparison at all. I'm just going to show it to you on its smallest compared to the smallest on the Suga fit, and show you why I don't think they needed to continue to have both of these diapers. So this one had a smaller weight. So this is what it looks like, and we're both on the smallest settings. So smallest settings, they get to be the same size. The waist is pretty much the same. The leg hole, though, I did notice is that the leg hole actually is quite a bit smaller compared to the Suga fit. So that's why they no longer have the Darlin fit. Great diaper, though. I really like the Darlin fit. It's just, if you happen to see that another diaper in a BTS that it's like, well, that doesn't look like, it's because there used to be another one. Moving on. All right, first comparison going to be NORA'S Nursery. NORA'S Nursery, as we know, they say it's about 8 to 35 pounds. I don't think this very fits until about 12. At least that's my experience. So smallest setting, you can already tell we have a much smaller diaper here. Leg holes considerably smaller. There you go. More narrow. Overall, much smaller diaper than this. I know that this said 9 to 65 pounds. I feel like this would fit smaller than a 9-pound baby, but it's going to depend on a lot of factors about the build of the child. Moving on to the largest setting. Okay, largest setting per usual, because this has a 2 and a 1 snap style. I consider the largest setting to be when it's just the 2 snaps on there. NORA'S Nursery is a 1 and then a 2 in the back snap style. I consider the largest setting when all 3 of them are snapped, because I would not trust 1 snap on a diaper on a baby that is plowing around doing what babies do. So you will see, and this is without any stretch, Suga Bums is wider, Suga Bums is longer. So overall size comparison, on the front it's going to look like they're the same size, but remember that there is the front elastic, so it makes it look a little bit smaller. Obviously the shape is considerably different. We have more contoured through here, and the NORA'S Nursery has a front squared section. Here are our wings. This is without any stretch, probably a snap or so wider. Give it stretch. So that is as far as NORA'S Nursery goes. You can obviously see Suga Bums has, I can't even showcase it really, but it's a lot longer on there. Take a look at the leg elastics. Getting everything lined up because we want to be fair. So here is the extent of NORA'S Nursery, and then we have some more on the Suga Bum. So bigger overall, more stretch, all of that good thing. And then not surprisingly, it is going to be a longer diaper, probably a good inch or so. So the first other comparison that I have is actually to another diaper that has a tummy elastic, and that's going to be Homemade by Mama. They are a newer brand. Definitely will be doing a review in the future. Homemade by Mama is on the front, Suga Bums is on the back. Here is a look at the front section. It's kind of hard to see because they're both dark, but there is probably about ½ inch or so difference. Give it the stretch. I wonder. So I would say that they're pretty dang close in the front, but I think Suga Bums is slightly more elasticized in the front. Take a look at the leg elastic. Pretty dang close. And on the wings, pretty similar. Pockets a little bit wider on a Suga Bums though. Here is the elastic, and actually it looks like Homemade by Mama has a little bit more stretchy elastic, and actually the wings are about a snap wider than Suga Bums. So this is the extent of the Suga Bums, and then Homemade by Mama has quite a bit more stretch. This, I will say, is definitely a different elastic. This elastic on the inside is actually partly caught underneath the serger, so it's not going to roll. This lays obviously really, really flat. This is not. This elastic is just encased in there. It's not been caught and sewn down, so it's floating in that channel. So it's a little bit of a thicker tummy elastic on there. And let's take a look at the overall length. I think that Suga Bums is slightly longer. Not slightly, considerably longer. But it's probably a good 1 5/8 longer. So next let's look at a redwood cloth. So the redwood is the more white print. I'm going to put Suga Bums in the front because it'll be a little bit easier. So without the stretch, the fronts are lining up pretty well. So then obviously when we stretch it, it's going to be more wide on a Suga Bums, probably ½ inch or so maybe. The legs are, like the width is more narrow on a redwood cloth, and I know I just realized I didn't show you the width on the other ones. I'll show it to you in a second. And then here are our wings. Very similar cut, very similar. Stretch, Suga Bums has more stretch on there. And overall length is going to go to Suga Bums also. So let's backtrack really quick so I can show you the width on the bikini area. So on a Homemade by Mama, because the weight I believe is not as big on this, it's going to be a little bit more narrow. So it is considerably more narrow, almost a full inch more narrow in between on the bikini area. Our last comparison is another newer brand. It's Stock Show Baby. This is the newest diapers that I have, but I picked it up because it also has a wide back elastic. So this, I'm going to show you the print side because they actually have not the exact same color athletic working jersey. I don't know if you can see that this is a slightly different color. So I'm going to flip it to the print side so it's a little bit easier to see. And put Suga Bums on the front. So Suga Bums is on the front, the back is Stock Show Baby. Take a look at the wings here. Suga Bums is like 1/4 of an inch more wide. Take a look at the stretch, pretty close, but actually I think Stock Show Baby is a little bit more stretchy. Similar encasement on the elastics also, so this lays really flat. That's what I like on a wide back elastic. And then here is our front shape. So the front shape is pretty similar, but when we pull the Suga Bums is just, it's kind of hard because of the elastic, but it is probably about a 1/2 inch wider on either side. A little tricky hard to show with, it's a little bit tricky and hard to show you that one. And then through the bikini area, a little bit more wider. This is a little bit more narrow on the Stock Show Baby. Overall length is going to go to the Suga Bums. That's a full 1.5 inches longer or so. It's kind of hard when I flip it up there. Yeah, about 1.5 inches longer. So that is all the comparisons that I have. I love doing comparisons because I like kind of taking a look at diapers, and sometimes I go through and try to find things that are similar, and sometimes I just like, for example on this, I was like, oh, this diaper I know has a wide back elastic. Oh, this one also has a front tummy elastic, that kind of thing. So anyway, I digress. What I like about this diaper is, obviously I've already mentioned, I really like the tummy elastic on there. I also am such a sucker for a wide back elastic, especially when it is this style, when it's nice and flat. And I don't know if you can see what I was talking about. So this is serged. So you can see this very edge, that is the elastic underneath there. So it's not free floating in the channel like I would say most diapers have that free floating, and that creates a lot of blousing. And blousing's the scrunchiness. I say that word a lot because I kind of like that word. And it creates this blousing through here, but when it's fully entrapped on there, it just keeps it from rolling around, and I think it's more comfortable. But it could be just the difference of do you like rolled leg elastics, or do you like encased, you know, that kind of thing. Another thing that I've already mentioned that I like is this athletic working jersey is quite soft. Obviously this is what's going up against the baby, so you don't want anything that's scratchy or anything like that. I really like the color, and obviously I don't have any staining or anything like that, so it's held up super well. Good tummy panel. It's a little bit wider than standard. I know I didn't point that out in the overview, but I'm talking about it now. So it's a little bit longer. It's a straight one. Straight curved does not matter to me. It does. I just don't think it makes any big difference on there. I will say this is the really weird thing. So as I mentioned, we have this other diaper, and this is the same diaper. But when I first got this diaper, like full disclosure, I didn't like this diaper. I don't know why. Because then all this, you know, it came out, it was like, there's a wide back elastic, there's a front elastic, I'll try it. You know, I'll try it. I like trying different things. But then I really like the fit of this. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But now I put this one on, and now I like the fit of this one. Maybe a weight thing. My son is quite long and lean. He is finally kind of chunking out a little bit more, but he's almost 7 months old, and he just is now over 16 pounds, which is weird because he was over 8 pounds when he was born. So he put a lot of his time and effort into getting longer and longer and longer, and just recently now has started to gain a little bit of weight. So I'm kind of wondering if it wasn't maybe a little bit of a weight issue, and because he had these little skinny legs and these little skinny waists, and obviously the front elastic has made such a huge difference for us, not just in this diaper, but like diapering in general. Love it, especially because we've moved so heavily into using flat diapering options. So flats, pre-flats, contours. I don't really use pre-folds. I have some, they're not my favorite. And then like flour sack towel. But this diaper without the front elastic also does work really well without with the pre-flats and things like that. In fact, that's kind of what I would pair with this instead of an insert when I was having kind of like maybe that in between on getting a good fit on a diaper. And I don't think that that's unique to me, because I have diapers in our stash that like I used to love the fit of, and now there's just like I struggle to get a good fit on him. So babies just change, you know. It's just like I kind of liken it to like if you put on a pair of pants one day and then you put them on the next day and you don't like them as much. So anyway, yeah, overall really great diaper. I love the elastics on there. I'll go ahead and link everything below. Surprisingly, another super long video from me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, notification bell so you can see the next video later this week. Like I mentioned before, I will be having a gifted review of the new waffle inserts from Suga. You're not going to want to miss it. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.